My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2, and this is not for children yet again. This is my second part to pro-life, pro-choice. As I said before, I'm completely pro-choice, and you guys can have your personal opinions about this if you want, and I don't give a damn. So I'm flipping the script now, because there are also a lot of unwanted babies by men who didn't take proper precautions and decided they were just going to keep fucking and fucking and fucking and fucking and fucking and fucking and fucking until the chicks that they are fucking have babies. And then big brothers like me have to step up and do our fucking job because we're actually real men, while these men that our crazy sisters or their friends or whoever the hell it is out there have, and the men that they had them with, don't deserve to have them in the first place. Not everybody who's a daddy or a father has the right to be a daddy or a father, or should have never been given the opportunity to get that ass in the first damn place. And most of them generally try to walk away. That being the case, abortions are needed. Still pro-choice. My opinion hasn't changed. But no one wants to grow up and find out that they weren't wanted by their father or their mother, and they're just here because they didn't really have an option. No, Mama had me because she didn't believe in abortion. Mama treated me like dirt because my dad didn't love her, but she chose to have me, and that's more her fault than his fault because she has to carry me to term. A man doesn't have to carry a baby to term. A man just has to plant the fucking seed, and it grows inside the garden of the woman's womb. Which goes back to, sometimes people just should not have babies. It goes back to, this is why you should fucking use condoms. And you want to know another reason why I'm pro-choice. I gave you the whole rape scenario. I gave you all that. I gave you how I convinced my father that he should be pro-choice before he passed away. I don't believe that a man who doesn't want to spend every second of his life raising, living, and trying to die to make sure his children have what they need as versus what they want has the right to be a daddy. Alright? You might not like what I said, and personally, you can't beat my ass, and I don't give a fuck. I live in 512 Rougemont if you think that you can try something stupid. I'm pro-life when it comes to a husband and wife wanting to have a child. There are plenty of people who can't have children, who want children. And there are plenty of people who are spitting out children left and right and didn't want them in the first goddamn place. So I'm mostly pro-choice. I'm more pro-choice than I am pro-life due to the fact that I'm not sure if I was wanted when I was born. Now, I've had a lot of bad mommy issues. I never really had any bad daddy issues, which is probably why I'm more leaning towards being a better father. I don't think I can live up to my dad, but I hope that I can at least attempt to be half the man he was. Some men whose daddies running their life don't understand that if you have a son or a daughter and your dad wasn't in your life, you have to do the exact fucking opposite. You have to listen to your kids when they talk to you. You have to set them straight when they need you. You need to be there for your kids when they get old enough to start having sex so that you can prevent them from knocking up girls or getting knocked up by boys. And we're not doing that. We're all worried about who's going to pay for this abortion. Why is she getting an abortion? What the fuck happened? She doesn't have the right to get an abortion. We don't care about her body, but that's just it. It's her body. You don't want women to go to backwards motels and stab coat hangers up there and try to cut up the fallopian tubes and ruin their fucking lives. You at least got to give them a fighting chance with a fucking professional. You know. No. A lot of people execute abortion doctors. But yet it was cool for Jack Kevorkian to help people commit suicide. Until it wasn't cool for Jack Kevorkian to help people commit suicide. But rape is never going to be cool. Ever. Nothing in the world could ever fucking make rape cool. Getting pregnant as a victim of rape can never be cool. Having babies just to have babies and to collect a fucking check because you're too fucking lazy to get off your ass and go get a motherfucking job to support your kids? Yeah. Again, I'm pro-choice. But girls like that should not have the right to have children. If you don't want to work, and if you're having babies left and right just to keep putting men on child support, then you should not be allowed to have children. There should be a law banning that. Now I'm about to piss everyone off of an Asian ethnic background. In Native American culture, you could have more than one wife. And depending on what you had in the tribe, you could support them, then it wasn't a big fucking deal. In ancient China, it was the same way until the turn of the century and until Chairman Mao and them came along, where basically if you lived in like Hong Kong or Shanghai or Beijing or anywhere where the populace was way too fucking high, they started putting out laws where effective immediately you couldn't have more than 3 kids. You could only have two. So if you had two girls, that was it. You pretty much give it up. And a lot of times, a lot of people lost their family members because they got rid of their daughters because they wanted sons. So they would have daughters and take them to these special places. Now the daughters weren't killed or anything; they were just property of the state. So these girls grew up not knowing who the fuck or where the fuck they came from. I'm pretty sure they knew who their parents were, but they didn't know why they weren't wanted. And there's nothing worse than being born and not wanted. Nothing. There's nothing worse than that. And I'm pretty sure if you had asked any of them if they speak English or if you speak their language, would they have rather been dead or not exist at all than to not be in a family and be property of the state where they're there until they're like 18, they haven't done anything wrong outside of being born female. You can't help what gender you're born with. That's not something you have a say in. You can't go up in when you're being conceived. You can't go, okay, look, I want a penis, because you don't know what your ethnicity is until you're like 4 or 5 years old. You know what your gender is, and then you have to be taught by someone of your gender how you're supposed to actually operate until you're old enough to get your own fucking opinions and your own feelings. But if you were born in Asia, except maybe Japan, I don't really know about Japan's child laws, but I do know for most of Asia, specifically China, um, you're born a girl, you're basically not really treated very well in society until like the turn of the century. Um, I would be the first to tell y'all, and I'm not sure if my information is right, but I do believe that women in Asia were the ones who basically started the women's revolution because of the simple fact that because the simple fact that you know it it doesn't help to it doesn't help to tell lies, but it also doesn't help to not know where you came from. And my whole thing is that why would you why would you not want them because of them being female? And a lot of females will tell you that when they're not wanted by either side of the parents, it does something to your psyche. It's not no BS behind it. You know, and like I said, I'm probably pissing off every one of an Asian ethnicity, so for that I'm apologizing right now. But a lot of Asian girls didn't have a lot of success in Asia when they were born for the simple fact that the parents only wanted sons. Man child more valuable. You know, I don't like that concept, but it is what it is. Once you guys think about this shit while you're pro-life in the asses, go talk to some rape victims. Well, I'm pro-choice because I know rape victims. I've talked to one or two, dated one, and I honestly tell you, rape is the one thing that destroys a woman completely, mind, body, and soul. And for you pro-lifers who think that these women who are raped should have to carry the spawn of Satan because this asshat decided that he was just gonna take the pussy, shame on you. And I will tell you this, I will pray for you that you don't have a daughter that is a fucking rape victim. Because then you'll know why I'm fucking pro-choice. And if you make your daughter carry the baby of a rape victim, you don't love her. You do not love her if you make her carry a rapist's child, is what I meant to say. You're supposed to love your child. Your child comes first. If your child is raped and you make her carry that baby to term, you're a piece of fucking shit. It's how I convinced my father to be pro-choice. It's why I'm pro-choice. All you ladies, your bodies are important to the men that love you, but more importantly, it should be important to you. And if you were raped you should not have to be forced to carry that baby, regardless of whether you believe in God, Allah, uh, whatever the hell else you want to call the good Lord, the Great Spirit, whatever. Whatever your religion is. If religion prevents you to have an abortion, change your fucking religion. I'm James William Machine. You just come for having number 2. Peace in you.